Surround yourself with those experts, but also that awesome team that will support success.
Good morning, associate dentists. I'm excited to be with everyone here today. If you're an associate dentist and maybe you're thinking about a startup, and maybe you're thinking about even just practice ownership, but unsure about the tools you need to open up a practice or the tools you need to buy a practice, or maybe even concerned about what's happening today in the industry because of kind of the uncertainty in the marketplace. I want to help give you some guidance and give you some wisdom today to help you make that first step, to give you the confidence that make that first step into private practice ownership. I'm Stephen Trutter, president of Ideal Practices, and with me today, I have a great special guest. I've got Marv Nelson. Marv Nelson is the president of a company that maybe everybody knows, but unless you've been living near the Rock, he's the president of A-dec Corporation. And many people know A-dec from a perspective of awesome equipment, great technology. But I've been on site at A-dec, and let me tell you, A-dec is beyond just great equipment. There's a company with great values and how they treat their people. I've seen it firsthand. And so today, on today's episode, I'm excited to have Marv with us. So Marv, welcome.
Thank you, Stephen. And I really appreciate you inviting me. And hopefully I can share some wisdom here today to help everybody. So thank you.
Awesome. A couple months ago, I was able to spend time with Marv and his team at A-dec at their headquarters in Newburgh. Before my trip, I'll just say this, I did research. I knew A-dec from like great equipment and great chairs and just awesome technology. But I think what I didn't know before and what I learned, especially being on site, was your team's values and what your company was. And Marv, I'll just say this to everyone's watching. If you haven't been there, if you haven't visited there, get the chance, because not only do we see technology, but you see a company that you could feel the vision of everybody that works, from people that were in the manufacturing side to the technology side to the customer service. And like Marv, I just want to say, like, your team has, the entire company shares great vision. And as a team, I can feel it from the person that might be first line of defense to all the way through the executive level. So I just want to say congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Ken and Joanne Austin, our founders, established an amazing culture here. And really what I'm most proud of is how we focus on people and taking care of people. And it's not only the people that work for A-dec, but also all of our customers that benefit from A-dec, and our dealers and everybody in the dental industry that we can influence in some positive way. So it's at the core, it's about people and doing whatever we can to provide solutions to the dental industry. And we're very proud of our history. We've got a lot going on that's just fantastic in terms of results, and I'm really looking forward to our future. It's very exciting.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, great segue for me into the future. So Marv, my first question is, there's a lot of things happening in the future, the technology. What do you see? What does your team see in terms of the equipment needs for, say, for startup practices and for associate dentists going into private practice?
Yeah, great question. You know, when it comes to equipment needs, I think what's important is value. And value is not always about lowest price. So how can we provide solutions to the industry that have a lot of value? And we've got a really robust and sophisticated development process.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I learned very early on when I came to A-dec that really impressed me 16 years ago, was how we go about product development, focusing on the needs of our customers based upon what they have identified as important to them, not what we believe. Yeah. So we've got a very, very strong product development process that leads us towards solutions that have a lot of value for the customers. And I think when it comes to a startup practice, what's important is that you're going to have equipment that's reliable, that's going to be aesthetically very pleasing, have all the features and functions that allow the practitioner to practice dentistry in a very safe manner. Ergonomics is a very important part of our story. Huge. And I know that when we go about our development process, we're looking at ergonomics and how we can develop a stool, as an example, that's got some ergonomic benefits that allow people to practice very safely.
Yeah, that's huge. And I know that word ergonomics, and for the associates watching, it's like your neck, your back, your shoulders, your arms, that's your lifeline. So
Absolutely.
dentists, like it's you have to be able to make that decision into like what's going to fit me on a long-term basis. You're not going to wear shoes that are going to be 2 sizes too small because they're pretty. Same thing with your dental equipment. It's got to fit your vision. It's got to fit your ergonomics, your size, and everything into that treatment area. So
right. And just, the flow of everything, we evaluate the flow of everything and making sure that we've designed things so that it's going to address a more efficient flow within the dental practice.
Yeah. And I've seen that R&D area. I saw the areas that I couldn't take pictures, and I think I wasn't allowed in. So I know those areas.
Well,
I know the secret area in A-dec. I know that area. I saw that area.
We've got a few of them. And product development testing, some of the tests that our engineers have come up with, I couldn't have thought of, right? So they're very unique and they're very specific, but it's important because we want our equipment to last for the lifetime of the practice. That's something that Ken Austin established very early on.
Yeah.
And making sure that we offer simplicity and convenience and that reliability that is really an important part of the A-dec brand.
Yeah, absolutely. What's coming down the pike at A-dec from a new technology perspective? Could you share some insight of like what some of those new technologies that you and your team are working on?
Yeah, I can't get into all the details for obvious reasons, but I will tell you that we have currently today more in development than we've had since I've been here. And one of the things I appreciate about, we're family-owned business. Yep. And in addition to the family ownership caring so much about our people, they want to invest back in the business. So we have a lot of resources to invest back in product development. And today we have more under development, like I said, than we have since I've been here. And there's a lot of exciting things that are coming down the road. Obviously, technology is becoming more and more important in every industry. So it's something we're focused on. And also looking at, that innovation that we don't even know about today, that perhaps could create some new value for our customers. And we've got a team that's focused on that as well. So there is a lot under development. I can't get into the specifics, but when we've got things that we can share with people, we certainly will do so.
That's awesome. Associate dentists, and you and I have been in the industry for decades, probably between 20, 30, 40 years of experience. I'll say this, associate dentists, many of you are probably watching today, like, I'm fearful. I'm fearful of taking that leap into private practice ownership. What do you think prepares an associate to take that leap into private practice ownership or a startup? Or what are some of the tools that you think that would help prepare them for that leap?
That's a great question. When I think about that, if I were a dentist and I was going to go into practice for the first time, what I would want to do is surround myself with a great team of experts. If I'm a dentist, I'm an expert at practicing dentistry. That's what I do, right?
Right.
Surround yourself with experts in all the other areas to set yourself up for success. I think that's crucially important. And then making sure that you understand, when you're investing in that practice, what your needs are and how those can be translated to value for you. Yeah. And that's where experts like the A-dec territory managers come in. And we've got best sales team in the industry. And I know that they're very well schooled and have a lot of experience with what those solutions are that would be best for a new practitioner.
Yeah. Team is great, and that's a huge thing. And I love that because that's huge, because associate dentists need a lot of people, whether it's obviously need equipment, they need guidance or like how to build the business systems.
Right.
They need all those elements. And so that's one thing that we definitely, profess here at Ideal Practices is like, hey, listen, have the right people, but also the people that understand startups, because startups are way different than someone acquires a practice. They may be inheriting equipment and they may go, oh, it's great equipment, I can keep on with that. But startups are way different. It's just a blank slate and you got to build it from there. And I think there's the information age that we're in is great, but the information age can be misleading because maybe you don't know where that information is coming from. Right. Because I always say anybody with a keyboard has an opinion, and that opinion, we call that the peanut gallery. It's an old term that we all use.
Right.
The peanut gallery may be like well-intentioned and everybody wants to be like, give their opinion on something. Sometimes people are just giving an opinion to go, hey, maybe test my theory because I'm not quite sure if this is a good idea. And I think for young associates, it's great to have great information out there, but know who it's coming from. What is their experience? How many startups have they been a part of?
I couldn't agree with you more. And in today's age of the internet, as you point out, you can just drown yourself with information. But I think what's important is that, you know, in any business, you need to make decisions. And today, making decisions at a quicker pace is more important than ever. And surrounding yourself with those experts that can provide the information that you need, that you can trust to make those decisions and move forward, I think is something that's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And also to be able to make decisions, because I see a lot of times there's that hesitancy of making the decision because it's like there's too many options, there's too much information, and it's like, well, who do I choose?
Oh, I do. Right. Yeah. So find those experts, trust them, rely on them, make those decisions that you need to make to move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. What that kind of get a segue off of that, you know, what do you think positions tomorrow's startups and even practice owners, like knowing what's happening today, what do you think positions tomorrow's startup practice owners to be even stronger as practice owners? What do you think some of the tools and the preparation?
Well, that's another great question. You know, the dental industry is a great industry that we all benefit from, and I'm really proud to be associated with the dental industry. And the thing about the dental industry is that I've noticed is this the character of the people, right? The dentists, all the people that benefit from the dental industry, high character people.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot going for us in this industry, and I would say leverage that strength of the industry. You know, understand what your needs are to create a successful practice so that you can benefit from this great industry. And I think that the future is even brighter than the past has been.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot to look forward to, I believe. So again, I think it's focusing on technology, focusing on how you balance out your investment, and making sure that you've got all the tools and the people. Right. I mean, I talked about the A-dec people and how fantastic they are and how meaningful they are in creating our success. Same thing holds true in a dental practice. Surround yourself with those experts, but also that awesome team that will support success. And it'll happen. Right. You've got to trust the fact that it's going to happen if you do the right things, and you got to plan and you execute the plan.
Yeah, that's the one big thing that we talk about is the plan and what are the steps and the stages. You know, we built that model to say these are the steps, but you also have to understand what is that vision of what you want to have within that practice, and then kind of reverse engineering and back to like, okay, what is the first thing I need to do to take that leap? And so what I want to be able to do is, and with you and with everyone, is like empower young dentists to go, there is a path, and there is a path of practice ownership. Have the right team, have the right tools in order to take those steps forward, but know that have a plan attack. I think a lot of times people can jump into things and then not realize, ooh, what is the next step, or what am I aiming towards?
Right.
You know, people to say, oh, practice ownership is a great idea. Yes, not for everybody, but I think it's like, it is with the right, as long as you have a plan and you can execute to that plan on a step-by-step basis, because it's hard. Startups are risky. I'm not going to mince words. They're not easy. I'm not going to sit here and say they're easy. I've done 800 of them. They're all different. They're not easy, but it's easier if you have steps. It's easier if you have guidance and know what you're aiming towards versus let's just see what kind of sticks against the wall.
Yeah, you absolutely have to have a plan. And again, you need that support system to help go execute the plan, because you can't do it all yourself, right? So lean on the people that you can trust and rely on to help support, execute that plan. And, you know, again, the dental industry is a great industry, and I'm confident that anybody who wants to get into private practice is going to be successful. And the other thing that I think that we all need to remind ourselves is that we're making a positive difference in people's lives by providing care. And to me, that's a higher cause that we all get to participate in, that makes me feel really good about this industry. So
Yeah, that's huge. That's one thing that we help with our clients is like the give process. How can they give even beyond the walls of a practice? Yep, they're getting great dental care, but you're altering people's lives in some cases. And I love when I hear the stories about clients that have impacted their communities beyond just straight teeth and dental care. It's the industry gives bigger and you have to aim bigger. And I think that's what I love about like what A-dec stands for. And in the industry as itself is like something that's bigger beyond the community helps build the practice to be stronger within the community, not just dental care, because you got to be able to help people bring it in beyond just discounts on dentistry, but what are you doing in the community itself? That's a huge thing.
Right. Agreed.
Awesome.
You know, we had a dental trade meeting here recently and a guest speaker came and he was telling the story about how his flight, he had 2 different flights canceled and had to drive from LA to San Diego to get there. And he probably should have just canceled, but he told the group, he said, it was so important for me to get to this meeting because at a young age, I had issues with my teeth and I was teased in school. And I had a dentist that was able to help me. And this industry has meant so much to me in my life that I needed to get here to talk to all of you. And that was just a heartwarming story to me.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I got to ask, because I think it's public now.
Yep.
Tell us about the East Coast expansion. Yes, Oregon is awesome. It's way over there though, but I've heard some news. Can you leak that out a little bit? What's happening with the East Coast expansion?
Yeah, it's very exciting news, and it's something that we've been working on for a while. And this is an example of, you know, we're in a pandemic and there's uncertainty and all this, but we want to invest back in our business.
That's awesome.
And we've been talking with our customers and our dealers and our territory managers about the need to have an East Coast showroom because as you talked about coming out to Newburgh and having a great experience, we're not going to be able to replace that experience because we don't have manufacturing in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay. Yep.
But we are going to create an education and showroom experience that's going to be fantastic.
That's awesome.
We're also going to have a virtual room where people can experience Newburgh, Oregon, and what we do here. And it gives people an opportunity to go to Nashville, which is a great city.
100%.
Growing, by the way. I mean, when I went there and we selected our facility, saw more cranes there than I've seen in any city in a while. So there's a lot going on in Nashville. It's a destination.
Yep.
And it's part of our strategy to build out our global footprint and have more A-dec facilities around the globe. So we're very excited about it. We're looking for a summer opening. Don't know how that's going to go with construction, but it's a great facility and we're all going to be very proud of it. Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, congratulations. And I was made wind of that and I was like, wow, that sounds like a great opportunity. And to be able to serve, and because, you know, distributors, everyone, there's less chances now to touch and feel. And I think for associates, they like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want to look at. And how does this work with my ergonomics, especially when this might be a multi-decade long decision of what they're going to have ergonomically in their practice. I think what you and your team are doing is fantastic to be able to even stretch out to other parts of the country, make it easier and more accessible, easier accessibility to be able to test drive technologies and be able to see that before they're able to invest. Yep. And it's just more convenient location for somebody coming from Florida, obviously, right? So where you're at, hop up to Nashville for a day and you're back home the next day. So we're really excited about it. That's awesome. Well, Marv, thank you so much. Any last words that you like to share? I want to say thank you for A-dec. Thank you for being here today. Great wisdom. Final words. Well, I want to thank you. I appreciate the opportunity and just want to thank everybody for watching, and hopefully you learned something. And if there's anything that we can do or I can do for anyone down the road, please let us know, because we're here to help and we're here to give back. And that's what's really important part of A-dec and our values. So Thank you very much for the invitation, and I hope everybody has a great 2022. Yeah, you as well. Thanks, Marv. Thanks, everyone. Hope everyone got some great information here today, associates. Check out this information. If you want to follow us, you can check out our podcast, Ideal Practices Podcast. You can check us out at idealpractices.com. Marv, thank you so much. Have a great 2022 as well. We'll be in touch soon. Take care. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.